You hit six figures. Finally! You thought it'd feel different, but you're still checking your account before dinner. Still saying no to stuff you want. Still one bad month away from panic. And you're sitting there thinking, wait, wasn't this supposed to be the dream? Yeah. Welcome to the club nobody warned you about. This is Professor Chalkman, and today we're talking about why 100 grand feels like 50, and what actually separates you from the people who aren't stuck there. Let me paint you a picture. It's 1995. Your dad makes $65,000 a year. House costs $120,000. He buys it with a 20% down payment, 24 grand. That's less than half his annual salary. Car, $15,000. College, state school runs you 3 grand a year. Healthcare, employer covers most of it. Savings rate, he's putting away 10, maybe 15%, and it actually matters. Now flip to today. You make $100,000. Median home price, $430,000. 20% down, 86 grand. That's almost your entire yearly salary before taxes. Car, $45,000 for something decent. College, 35 grand a year per kid. Healthcare, you're paying $600 a month in premiums, and that's before the deductible kicks in. Oh, and your rent? $2,400 a month in most cities. That's $28,000 a year just to exist in a building you'll never own. So let's do the math together, because numbers don't lie. You make $100,000 gross. After federal, state, and payroll taxes, you're taking home about $70,000. 70 grand. Rent eats 28. You're down to 42. Car payment, insurance, gas, another 8 grand, down to 34. Student loans, average payment is $350 a month. That's 4 grand a year, 30,000 left. Groceries? You're spending $450 a month if you're not eating ramen every night. That's $5,400 annually. We're at $24,600. Utilities, phone, internet, call it 3 grand, $21,600. And we haven't even talked about going out, buying clothes, getting your car fixed when it breaks, going to the dentist. You know what's crazy? After all that, you've got maybe $15,000 left for the year. That's $40 a day to save, invest, have fun, and build wealth. $40. Your parents had twice that much breathing room on $65,000. And here's the part that'll make you laugh or cry. I don't know which. Society still treats you like you're rich. Oh, you make 6 figures? You must be doing great. Yeah, great at choosing between retirement contributions and fixing the AC. Ha ha, you ever notice how I can't afford it hits different when you make 100 grand? Because people look at you like you're lying. Like you're bad with money. And maybe you are. But that's not the whole story. The whole story is that the finish line moved while you were running. I'll tell you what woke me up to this. I was sitting across from a couple, both engineers. Combined income, $190,000. They came to me because they couldn't figure out why they felt so stuck. No savings, no investments, living paycheck to paycheck. And the wife looked at me and said, "We did everything right. We went to college, we got good jobs, we don't buy crazy stuff. Where is it all going?" So I pulled up their spending. Rent, $3,200 a month. 2 car payments, $1,100 combined. Daycare for 2 kids, $2,600 a month. Student loans, $1,800. I looked up from the spreadsheet and said, "It's going to survival." She just stared at me. And then she said, "So we're supposed to just accept this?" And that's the question, right? Are we supposed to just accept this? That 6 figures doesn't mean what it used to? That the American dream got a price hike and nobody adjusted the salary? Look, I'm not here to tell you it's fair. It's not. But sitting around mad about it won't build your future. So here's what actually separates the people who break through from the people who stay stuck at 100 grand forever. I've worked with over 300 families in the last decade. And the ones who make it, who go from comfortable to actually wealthy, they all do the same 3 things. Not steps, not hacks, just 3 realizations that change how they move. Let me walk you through them. First realization, your income isn't the problem. Your scalability is. I had a client, software engineer, made 130 grand, worked his ass off for 5 years, got promoted twice. Salary went up to 160. You know what else went up? His rent, his car, his lifestyle. He was making 30 grand more and saving 2 grand less. Because here's what nobody tells you about salary increases. They're linear. You trade more time for more money. 1 hour equals 1 paycheck. But your expenses? They scale faster than your income if you let them. Meanwhile, the people getting wealthy, they're building income that doesn't require their time. rental properties, index funds, side businesses that run without them. They're not working harder, they're working differently. You want to break 6 figures? Get a better job. You want to break 7? Build assets that pay you while you sleep. And before you say, "But Professor, I don't have money to invest," yeah, I know. That's why realization number 2 matters. Second realization, you're spending like you're rich because you finally feel like you made it. And I get it. You worked hard to hit 6 figures. You deserve to enjoy it, right? But here's the trap. The lifestyle that 100 grand can buy today is the same lifestyle that 70 grand bought in 2010. So when you finally start making good money, you're not actually living better. You're just catching up to what normal used to be. And if you're not careful, you'll spend every dollar proving to yourself and everyone else that you made it. I see this all the time. New car lease, nicer apartment, dinner out 3 times a week. And none of it is crazy. None of it is irresponsible. But it's also not building wealth. Because here's the thing about 6 figures. It's enough to live well. It's not enough to live well and get rich. You have to pick one for a while. Let me tell you about Sarah, marketing director, $115,000 a year. She came to me because she was tired of feeling broke. And when I looked at her finances, I found the problem immediately. Subscriptions, 68 of them. Streaming services, meal kits, fitness apps, cloud storage, you name it, $1,800 a month. She didn't even know half of them were still active. And when I showed her the number, she laughed. Not a happy laugh. That laugh you do when you realize you've been screwing yourself. She said, "I thought I was treating myself. Turns out I was just leaking." We cut 40 of those subscriptions, kept the ones she actually used, freed up $1,000 a month. That's $12,000 a year. In 3 years, that's 36 grand. Invested, that's 50 grand by year 5. She didn't need to make more money. She needed to stop bleeding it. Third realization, and this one's the hardest. Comfort is expensive. And I don't mean luxury. I mean convenience. DoorDash instead of cooking. Uber instead of planning ahead. Buying stuff online at midnight because you're tired and it's easy. Every time you pick comfort over effort, you're paying a tax. $5 here, $12 there. It doesn't feel like much, but I've seen people spend $35,000 a year on convenience. 35 grand. That's a down payment on a house. That's a year of retirement contributions. That's a kid's college fund. Gone. Because you were tired. And look, I'm not saying never treat yourself. I'm not saying live like a monk. I'm saying be honest about what you're trading. Because 6 figures gives you options. But only if you're not spending it all on the easiest one. Now here's what most people miss about all of this. They think the answer is just spend less. It's not. The answer is spend different. And that's where the homework comes in. Now for your homework. And yeah, this one's gonna sting a little. For the next 7 days, I want you to track every single dollar you spend. Not in an app, not automated. I want you to write it down. By hand. Every coffee, every streaming charge, every quick trip to Target. At the end of the week, I want you to divide your spending into 3 categories. Survival, stuff you literally can't live without. Investment, stuff that makes you more money or healthier or smarter. Leakage, everything else. And then I want you to look at that 3rd column and ask yourself one question. Is this why I'm not where I want to be? Because here's the truth. 100 grand isn't rich anymore, but it's enough to start. If you stop spending it like you already made it, you worked hard to get here. Don't waste it pretending you're somewhere you're not. This is Professor Chalkman. Class dismissed.